Investors in court. Thousands of shareholders have turned against AMC, objecting to a deal that would clear the way for the movie theater chain to issue more stock. By Alexander Gladstone. June 30, 2023, 4:24 p.m. Eastern Time. A judge is weighing a dispute between AMC Entertainment, the troubled movie theater chain that capitalized on the enthusiasm of meme stock investors to help it survive the COVID-19 pandemic, and some of those same investors who have turned against it. A two-day hearing in the Delaware Chancery Court concluded Friday, with nearly 3,000 individuals who own shares in AMC having written letters, filed objections, or appeared in court to object to the terms of a settlement over a set of equity transactions planned by the company. John Barton, an Air Force veteran who owns AMC shares, said during the first day of the hearing on Thursday, "I speak to you today hoping to represent the 3.8 million individual investors that are about to find themselves at a loss, saving AMC and its theaters. My fear is that the individual investors are going to be caught holding the bag, not making the money that the shorts and AMC will during this conversion event," Barton said. Vice Chancellor Morgan Zern, the judge overseeing the case, is expected to issue a ruling within weeks. The dispute centers on the company's planned transactions to convert its AMC preferred equity units, known as APEs, into common shares, as well as to conduct a 10-for-1 reverse stock split. AMC has said that these transactions would enable it to raise money by selling additional shares, and that it might need a liquidity buffer to avoid bankruptcy as it continues to struggle with its heavy debt load amid uncertain cinema industry conditions. The name APE is a nod to the crowd of individual investors, known as APEs, who helped rescue the chain from the brink of bankruptcy during the pandemic. AMC issued the APE preferred equity units last year, granting them voting rights equal to those of its common shares. Some shareholders have argued this move allowed the company to push through the equity transactions after it previously tried and failed twice to receive shareholder support to authorize new shares. Certain AMC investors sued the company, expressing opposition to the transactions they said would dilute their ownership interests in the movie theater operator. The company argued in a court filing that without these transactions, AMC could be left without any security to raise equity capital, which would put it at significant risk of failing to meet its financial obligations beyond 2023. This would likely result in a bankruptcy or financial restructuring, the company said, noting that in the event of bankruptcy, the value for both common and preferred shares would likely be decimated. In one lawsuit brought in February by shareholder Allegheny County Employees Retirement System, the plaintiff said AMC perpetrated a course of complex and disloyal corporate engineering in order to eviscerate the voting power of its common shareholders in advance of a shareholder meeting to obtain support for the transactions. Meme investors had propped up AMC in 2021, putting in roughly $2 billion by buying new shares and helping the company avoid bankruptcy. After AMC ran out of the new shares it was authorized to sell, many investors declined to approve new ones, fearing such a move would dilute their stakes and potentially drive share prices down. As a workaround, AMC last year began issuing the preferred APE units, which came with fewer restrictions governing how many could be sold. The company first issued a special dividend of 1 APE unit for each common share before selling additional APE units through the market offerings and a direct sale to hedge fund Antara Capital, bringing the total number of APE units to close to 1 billion. AMC has about 517 million common shares. In March, AMC managed to secure enough votes for the proposals, in part because holders of APE units had an incentive to vote in favor of the proposal to convert those units into common shares, as the common shares traded at a higher market price than the APE units. The APE units came with a provision specifying that even without all the APE shareholders voting, the percentage of those who voted in favor of the company's proposals would be applied to the entire class. Corinne Amato, the special master assigned to review the issues before the court, said the feature was key for AMC to obtain sufficient votes for the proposed transactions. Without the mirrored voting feature of the APEs, the proposals to approve the certificate amendments would not have passed, Amato wrote. The transactions were put on hold after shareholder lawsuits were filed. Certain shareholders in April reached a settlement agreement with AMC, agreeing to drop their suit and provide legal releases to AMC's directors and executives. In return, the shareholders would receive 1 extra common share for every 7.5 common shares owned, amounting to roughly $130 million in total additional value, according to legal filings by both the plaintiffs and AMC. But other investors who don't agree with the settlement argue the way AMC secured the votes to advance the transactions was unfair, and that they don't want the transactions to be completed. Lawyers who represent the plaintiffs who negotiated the settlement, led by Mark Lebovich of Bernstein, Lidowitzberger and Grossman, said in a court filing in May that at this point, AMC has fewer alternatives to raise new capital and pay down its debt to limit bankruptcy risk. The plaintiff's lawyers said that the settlement offer represented the best overall result to leverage the plaintiff's claim. Amato, the special master, also said that the settlement is in the best interest of common shareholders. Write to Alexander Gladstone at alexander.gladstone@wsj.com.
All right, so we heard that for a reason. There is a method to my madness sometimes, but good evening. So we heard that. So let's go to this. Here it is. Donahue George.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment and educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button on our YouTube algorithm stuff so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking? See, man, a lot's not data, but like I tell you every day, the day they release us is false. They're going to give us a false narrative of the market so we can make bad trading decisions.
Listen.
The hearings are over. The attorneys were in court arguing about if they don't get the reverse split, that AMC is going to go into bankruptcy. And the judge has up to 90 days to make a decision, but more than likely, a decision will come down in about a week or two, depending on how much research she has to do, how much paperwork she has to go through, and whatever else is a priority on her calendar.
If it's a matter of how much paperwork, I would say the settlement's going to be approved. I'm just saying.
Hedgies and the bad actors are still pushing that bankruptcy narrative. They're still pushing that reverse split narrative. This is just my opinion. I'm not here to buy, hold, or sell AMC, but I think they trying to influence Vice Chancellor Zern's decision by still pushing that bankruptcy even after the hearing. I'm seeing the shills out there pushing the bankruptcy, pushing the reverse split. Listen, and this is just my opinion. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell AMC.
Yeah, we get that.
How does losing 90% of your shares help retail investors? The only person or only entities that losing 90% of the shares help is the people who sold billions of counterfeit shares. That's the only people that is served. And all you...
God damn. Imagine being this ignorant.
Who think?
Imagine being this ignorant. I can't do it. I can't. So he said, you know, that they, of course, they are pushing the bankruptcy narrative. But I'm pretty sure I highlighted it here. The company argued in a court filing that without these transactions, AMC could be left without any security to raise equity capital, which would put it at significant risk of failing to meet its financial obligations beyond 2023. This would, quote, likely result in a bankruptcy or financial restructuring, the company said. The company said that. AMC said that. Not a hedge fund, not a bad actor, not someone doing malfeasance. The company fucking said that. So why are we sitting here listening to this fucking idiot run his mouth that Hedgies are still pushing the reverse split bankruptcy narrative? No, AMC is pushing that narrative, I guess, if you want to call it that, because they're running out of money. This has got to be the most ignorant shit that I've heard recently. I have to qualify that because it's all retarded. I mean, look at these comments. Look at this one. If AMC is going into bankruptcy, how is Adam Aaron tweeting about installing a slushy wall in theaters with every slushy flavor? I mean, tell me you don't understand how fucking business works without telling me. Oh, because it's so crazy, so ridiculous. Okay. I guess we'll finish this freaking video.
Because there is less AMC shares available, because the float will be less. If you think that will stop them from naked shorting...
Well, I mean, Ron, it's icy. They're ices anyway. I mean, this person, they said slushy, but isn't it actually icy? Pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, no, it's icy. I got to make sure. See, I found a tweet. I found the tweet, but I don't want to cut down in my my quota. With the new Twitter quota. How about that? Boy, Elon Musk is he's full of great ideas, isn't he? Yeah, it's an icy. How are they going to afford this if they're going into bankruptcy? I mean, you tell me. What a great question. I mean, Donahue George asking the critical questions. It is all the same. It's all the same. It's all terrible for you. It's all sugar, This guy does zero research. How much cash flow do they got now? Only enough to last 3 more quarters. What a liar. Look at this comment. I guess they're not releasing movies this summer. Selling no popcorn and nobody using their credit card makes perfect sense. I think I'll sell now. LOL. Not. Like, what? I mean, first of all, who are they here? Because here we're talking about Hollywood, but selling no popcorn, we're talking about AMC, and nobody using their credit card, we're talking about a credit card company with AMC getting some kind of branding kickback. Like, the money doesn't go to AMC on a credit card. I mean, they get something, but not not as much as they think, I don't think. The apes think. But, they'll sell because of that. I mean, what do you... Wow. Okay. Biggums is attacked for being right. Yeah, that's it.
AMC, you have not been paying attention. They do not care about real shares because nobody's enforcing the law. They will continue.
What law?
Short it.
What law is he talking about, by the way?
That is what they will do. Look at MULM.
So then you have no way of winning at this point. He just admitted he has no way of winning. So he's going to do the insane thing and just keep spouting the same nonsense, I guess, hoping that it'll change or something. I don't know. I don't get it.
Reverse split. Look at recent reverse split. Look at all the reverse splits. Look what happens. They shorted back down because we do not have any regulatory agencies in the United States stock market that enforces the law.
What law?
And the bad act.
What law is he talking about?
Enforcement of the law, so they will continue committing crimes because there are no consequences to them committing crimes.
Were there consequences when you committed crimes? Or did you flee the country? Or is that what you did? Did you flee the country? I think so. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, dude. Like, seriously. How can people be this ignorant? I mean, I'll tell you what. This is what happens.
This is what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
And then you lose your license to practice law.
And as far as the bankruptcy, listen,
okay.
When the theaters were closed and there was only debt, not one penny coming in, no money coming in, no revenue, AMC did not declare bankruptcy.
Okay. Why is that? Well, we heard that in the article. If you were here, I didn't feel like reading all this aloud, so I let the computer do it. But it is, where is it? Probably down here. Something about $2 billion. Meme investors had propped up AMC in 2021, putting in roughly $2 billion by buying new shares and helping the company avoid bankruptcy. So that's why, put that in green. That's why that's why, he's talking about this. Okay.
So why in the world now, where they have blockbuster movies?
I'll tell you why in a second, but I'll let him finish. I'll tell you exactly why.
Sales. Visa credit card. HYMC, merchandise, and of course,
HYMC?
popcorn, which I buy all the time now. How could they
Well, you're such a dedicated shareholder.
possibly go bankrupt with all these revenue streams? Impossible.
Impossible.
Unless
I can't wait until it happens just to see his reaction. He won't believe it. But let me go back because I thought he was asking a different question before.
it was only debt, not one penny.
All right, here.
Theaters will listen. When the theaters were closed and there was only debt, not one penny coming in, no money coming in, no revenue, AMC did not declare bankruptcy.
Okay.
So why in the world now, where they have blockbuster movies?
Okay. So in 2020 and 2021, specifically 2021, as the articles mentioned, meme investors propped up AMC by buying $2 billion with a B. Don't make me pull out billions and billions and billions and billions. I will do it. By buying new shares and helping the company avoid bankruptcy. Right? After AMC ran out of the new shares it was authorized to sell, many investors declined to approve new ones. So, I mean, that's really the key issue here. Why did they not go out of bankruptcy in why did they not file for bankruptcy in 2020 and 2021? Because they could issue shares that were then purchased and they collected the revenue from that. But now, because the apes have no business sense and don't understand what even what equity is, apparently, because stealing 90% of your shares, it's the same thing as erasing 90% of your equity, except it isn't. It isn't. But anyway, the apes don't understand that, and they think that Delusion is, going to put a final nail in their delusional idea of another squeeze. That's harming the company. They're saying that they don't have enough money to continue operating and that they need to raise more, and you wouldn't allow them to do it. So they came up with a workaround, it says, which, was approved by shareholders years ago, even before Adam Aaron joined the company. But the thing is, it really proved to be a key element here. Without that, they could potentially already be bankrupt. So, I mean, this is just so ignorant. You can't see these things. You don't know this. Yeah, supposedly you were here then. Supposedly you've been, in since 2020 or whatever. It makes no sense. And the Hedgies are not pushing the bankruptcy narrative. AMC themselves said that without these transactions by Antara Capital and the ability to raise money, it would likely result in a bankruptcy or financial restructuring. AMC said that. They said it. Not a hedge fund, not a YouTuber, not somebody like Alkin. Bashing bastard. AMC, the company, said that. So, I expect a correction on this. I expect him to issue a video correcting himself, saying, I was wrong. The Hedgies are not pushing this narrative. AMC actually said this themselves. I was wrong. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. And from this point forward, not only am I not going to open my mouth before I do research, I'm just going to stop making videos altogether, because clearly I don't have the time, desire, or ability to do the most basic of research. That's what I expect. Just kidding. That would be nice.
Concession sales. Visa credit card.
Yeah. HYMC.
HYMC.
HYMC. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's why would you even use this as anything? Why would you even mention this? Wow. That I mean, yeah, clearly that's helped them. That helped them a lot. You know where they bought? Somewhere a lot higher than 29 cents. I can tell you that. Wow. Why would you even mention that? What a clown.
Merchandise, and of course the Walmart popcorn, which I buy all the time now.
I like his little smirk after that. He's so proud of himself with the popcorn. Look,
which I buy all the time now.
Right there. Look at that. What is the deal with this guy? This guy's not real. This is AI. This is an AI creation. There's no way that this is a real person. You got to be kidding me.
How could they possibly go back?
They made this with Adobe.
These revenue streams. Impossible. Unless they do it on purpose. Okay? Unless they do it on purpose.
Huh?
Paying off debt. If Adam Aaron goal was to pay off debt, when he first released Ape, he would have sold 1 billion Ape at $8. The day after.
At $8. Listen to this. They would have sold 1 billion Ape at $8 the day after it was released. I mean, okay. I mean, it didn't even trade for $8 the day after it was released. I mean, the market had already... I mean, no.
And the debt would have been paid off. But he did not do that. So as far as I'm concerned, based on everything I've seen...
Well, I mean, there's a very good reason why that didn't happen. But anyway, let's keep going here.
Paying off debt is not the major priority for Adam Aaron. Anyway, leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think Judge Zern is going to vote for the reverse split? Or do you think that she's going to say
it's not a vote.
Terra shares were created illegally?
And Terra shares? Is that what we're talking about here? We're talking about those? No. What is he talking?
They got to go back to the drawing board. Anyway, have a great day. God bless.
How does he... Listen to what he's saying. How could you... This does not sound like something an investor in the company would say. Quite frankly, it sounds like somebody who is shorting the company would say. Like, he doesn't want the company to raise money, which, I mean, I'm sorry. It's not a positive thing. It is not a positive thing if the company does not have the money to continue operating. It will, and let me be absolutely crystal clear, it will not cause a short squeeze. If anything, it will cause more short selling because the company will likely collapse. I mean, that's the truth. That is the truth. This is one of the most ignorant takes I have ever heard. Listen to him. Listen to his... It's almost like he's happy to say this. He's giddy when he's saying it. What the fuck?
Or do you think that she's going to say that those that Terra shares were created illegally and they got to go back to the drawing board? Anyway, have a great day. God bless. And I appreciate y'all on this journey.
Go back to the drawing board. Yeah, they go back to the drawing board of fucking bankruptcy. That's what'll come out of it. Or restructuring or a sale of the company to private equity. Ooh. Don't tell Marantz rants. Oh, boy. Mr. Private Equity Hater. Okay. Now, we haven't seen this future bald man lately. Let's go.
Volatility in AMC stock was absolutely supposed to skyrocket today as the hearing
Listen to that.
between shareholders and AMC
Wow.
Entertainment was coming.
It was supposed to, the volatility of AMC stock was supposed to skyrocket. Let me guess, it didn't. Huh. Wow, color me surprised.
To a conclusion, and the conclusion of that meeting as to whether or not APE shares were going to be allowed to convert into AMC shares. Well, we were supposed to get that decision today, and we are not going to get that decision today.
I don't think so.
Talk about
I don't think
exactly
we were supposed to.
We can see that decision, and we're also going to talk about whether or not shareholders, which I believe they are, but whether or not shareholders are being backstabbed by Adam Aaron and AMC Entertainment. Let's discuss it.
Yep.
Sounds like something
I'll tell you what.
in. Let's get started.
No.
Never. If you haven't clicked that subscribe.
So, this is interesting. Adam Aaron and the AMC company have backstabbed retail investors by trying to raise capital, by doing what the thing that the capital markets are designed to do. By doing that, they're being stabbed in the back. That is a take. That is a take. Holy hell, and this kid is from Ohio too. This is the worst part. This is the worst part about this guy. He's from my state.
Button. Make sure
I don't think he's from my part of the state, though.
We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. Now, look, if you guys are brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks in crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull.
Webull.
Any deposit.
Yes.
At least 6 free stocks, up to 12 free stocks.
Clay, are you a freaking Chinese shill?
Finance.
Why are you shilling a...
If you hold on those exchanges, it's considered a loan to those exchanges. So to mitigate that risk, look at a cold
use Webull
DeFi wallet. Guys, now in order to understand where we are, we got to know where we're coming from.
Wow, look at that.
In March, AMC
he's putting out a lot of videos, just not a lot of AMC videos. I thought I didn't.
AMC preferred equity.
I didn't know he was still around either.
Or AMC
in a minute.
Shares. Now this is what the CEO
not many AMC videos.
Described as a landslide victory. But please be aware, okay? This included all APE shareholders voting as well as AMC shareholders. So let's just understand that APE holders, of course, they would vote yes because it meant a guaranteed rise in the price of their shares. And who owned the vast majority of APE shares? You guessed it. Hedge funds, institutions, specifically Antera Capital. Now we're going to talk...
Hang on, I got to go back. I get distracted.
And who owned the because it meant a guaranteed rise in the price of their shares. And who owned the vast majority of APE shares? You guessed it. Hedge funds.
I don't know how that's possible, actually. I'm not so sure about that. Using their own narrative. Retail owned the AMC float. I mean, some people say, several times over. Nonsense, but let's just and it depends on what is meant by own the float, but I think they mean like a super majority, like 80-90%, because that's what they were told with a caveat, but they didn't listen to the caveat. These aren't exactly fine print readers, but that's what they believe. So if they own 90% of the float and the APE share was issued to all AMC shareholders, and it was a 1-for-1 issuance, and retail investors already owned all the shares, then how do they not own all of the other APE shares that were? So I don't know. Now they did issue more. At some point, but I'm skeptical of this. I'm very skeptical of this. Doesn't matter, really.
Specifically, Antera Capital. Now, we're going to talk about why it's a backstab to retail investors in a second here, but we also are...
I mean, this is garbage. If anything, you stabbed the company in the back. I mean, that's a ridiculous thing to say and a ridiculous thing to think. But if anything, these clowns harmed the company by essentially assuming control of it and then not doing what was in the best interest of it. See what I mean? Like, this is backwards.
are going to get into when we can finally see the decision. Because AMC sat sideways today. AMC and Ape did not move higher simply because we did not receive a decision. So that's one of the most important things.
Well, I don't know if that's why.
Here is that on Thursday, AMC shareholders opposed to the settlement told the court that some of the investors felt that the cinema blockchain had stabbed them in the back.
Cinema blockchain? What's a cinema blockchain? I think he's still thinking about crypto from his previous videos, I guess. Still thinking about that Shiba Inu.
This, of course, was reported on by Reuters, but here's the important part and why we were stabbed in the back. Now, on Thursday, this would have been yesterday during the court case, a Form 4 filing with the SEC showed that Antera Capital, the largest investor in Ape shares, had lowered its stake to less than 10%. The private investment firm slashed its Ape holdings by over 63%.
Oh my.
Now, here's the timeline of events here. Here's what happened. Adam Aron, Ape shares are at their lowest they had ever been. 60-something cents a share. And Adam Aron goes over to his buddies at Antera Capital. Adam Aron sells them roughly 200 million shares of Ape. Over $100 million worth of Ape at its lowest price possible.
So if it was 200 million shares, that's less than half of the AMC common stock float. So they still should not have owned more than the retail investors by their own narrative, by the Ape's own narrative. I'm just going off their narrative on that.
They become the majority shareholders of Ape. Now,
no. How is that possible? Unless retail investors sold all their Ape shares. If it was 517 million and they sold an additional 200 million, that's 717 million. 200 out of 717 million, 27%. That's not majority. Holy fuck.
A couple weeks later, I don't even know if it was a couple weeks, a couple days later maybe, I don't know the exact timeline there.
Well, you should have looked into it.
Vote to convert, split, and dilute future shares of AMC. Clearly, the fact that Antera owns 200 plus million shares, they vote in favor of the conversion.
Well,
their share
clearly they vote in favor of the conversion because it was contractually obligated of them to do so. And we knew this beforehand. I don't know why everybody's making a big deal out of it now. We talked about it. It was in the freaking documents. Retroactive DD is in effect. But yeah, no. They basically said, yeah, it's going to be approved. They wrote it into the deal.
Rises by more than 5x. Their $100 million becomes $500 million. $500 million in near.
So what you're saying is you should have bought Ape shares when Antera Capital did. That's what he's saying. I think. Is that what he's saying? What
you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
I mean, they act like it was criminal or something. But it wasn't. And if they turned $100 million into $500 million, why didn't you do that too? Not $100 million, but why didn't you turn 10,000 into 50,000? Hell, why didn't you turn $10 into $50? I mean, this is like, I don't understand. The opportunity was there. You didn't take it, again, as usual. Par normal, as they say. And all you can do is bitch about it on YouTube. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
They're all profit because, of course, they knew that they were going to get to vote. They knew that they were going to be the majority swing. They knew that it's going to lead to that landslide victory.
That's not why they knew.
So if they were really interested in the future of AMC, If they really truly were
Is he
a
talking?
representation
He's
of the
talking about
shareholders
the
of
apes right here,
AMC
right?
Entertainment, they would
He's talking about the apes, right? Wink, wink. I know he's not, but it sounds like he is, because this is exactly what I'm going to say to him after he gets done with this diatribe. But let him
still
go.
be holding, right? They would be waiting for the conversion to take place. No, absolutely not. They sold off, slashing their ownership by over 63%, now owning less than 10% of all of the ape shares outstanding because they made their 5x gain. They had their profit. And in return, I'm sure all they had to do
He's
was
jealous.
promise Adam Aaron for that guaranteed
He's jealous.
$500
Listen to him.
million return that they would vote yes for the conversion. Why? Because if they vote yes for the conversion, how much money does Adam Aaron and AMC get? $16 billion worth of future dilution. $16 billion worth of future dilutive shares for AMC Entertainment. Now, guys, here's what you need to read.
Well, that would be good. That would be good. That would be good. Because then, guess what? I mean, I'm just spitballing here, going off of the ape assumptions and the ape knowledge. But $16 billion, I mean, you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like, no, it can't be. It can't be. But, well, I mean, it almost sounds like that would, I don't know, kill the short thesis? I don't know. It might, maybe. Put it to you this way. It would be a much bigger step in that direction than not having any fucking operating capital. So I don't understand this at all. I don't think he understands it at all. This is like clout chasing, retroactive DD, and just like the ignorance that comes with living in the Midwest. And I can say that. I can say that from firsthand experience, all wrapped into one just garbage presentation. I mean, I'm struggling. I mean, I don't watch AMC videos throughout the week. Really. I save them for these streams. And so, this a couple days ago or yesterday or whatever, but what in God's fucking name is he talking about? Holy shit.
That's $16 billion
really this fucking retarded?
It's going to come out of your pocket. It's going to come out of my pocket. So we have a choice. Do we just give AMC...
Only if you buy the new shares. What do you mean it comes out of your pocket?
Entertainment, $16 billion? Or isn't that supposed to be our... Give AMC...
Oh my God, listen to this. Listen to this.
So we have a choice. Do we just give AMC Entertainment $16 billion? Or isn't that supposed to be our squeeze money? Isn't that supposed to be our investment money? It absolutely is. So that is why we've been stabbed in the back.
What are you... That money was supposed to come from hedge funds covering the naked short positions, which don't exist. Not from issuing new shares, because that doesn't... Oh my God. This is so confused. This guy is so confused. I mean, wow.
By AMC Entertainment, by Antera Capital,
wow.
by stabbed in the back. Our investment money, it absolutely is. So that is why we've been stabbed in the back by AMC Entertainment, by Antera Capital, by Adam Aaron, and by this entire process. This is what the judge is deciding on. Was this an adequate vote? Was it something that represents shareholders' best interest in being able to go out there, sell these shares to Antera Capital? A week later, they go ahead, vote for the conversion, and basically destroy the retail investor while they 5x their money in a couple week period. It's insane.
Why does it matter that they 5x their money? That's where he's jealous. Look at his face there when he says that. He's so mad. Look at this.
Basically destroy the retail investor while they 5x their money in a couple week period.
That is the look of a fucking bag holder right there. That is the look of someone who sees someone else making a lot of money, and not even by going to Tom Vu's seminar. Antara made a lot of money. They made a lot of money. I gotta see that again. That's great. Love it.
Capital. A week later, they go ahead, vote for the conversion, and basically destroy the retail investor while they 5x their money in a couple week period.
Oh man, that's great. This flip side of listening to these fools is you get moments like that. That was great.
It's insanity.
Insanity.
Of course, the special master says it's a no-brainer. We have to vote in favor of Adam Aaron and AMC.
Yeah,
Sure,
because
what they were doing.
Yeah, because she understands that if that doesn't happen, the company goes tits up. The company suffers. Seems pretty reasonable to me.
Of course, the judge now is going to decide if everything can go through. It is out of our hands. So when do we see a court decision coming up? A court decision, and I'm going to pull up the article here so I can try.
We already heard about that in our article.
So we don't know exactly when she
right.
My decision on Friday. From there on out. Now, of course, if she goes in and she has an announcement next week, she's going to blow everybody's mind and basically screw everybody over that is potentially investing and selling options on AMC next week. That's going to be a very difficult thing to stomach for a lot of people. But the decision is going to be whether or not Adam Aaron can settle with shareholders. Here's the settlement. So you guys understand what took place. Antara Capital came in, made 5x on their money in a week period, going in, racking up 200+ million votes, voting in favor of the conversion, 5xing their money, and getting out of their shares. So they never even had.
I don't think that is exactly the correct timeline either. You know, but whatever. And 5x, well, I guess so. Well, whatever.
Worry about converting now. They've been in, they've been out, and the rest of the retail shareholders now have to deal with that decision. What is
they don't no, you don't have to.
One share of AMC for every 7.5 shares of AMC that you own post split. So that translates right now into one share of for every 75 shares that you currently own. Nearly a 1% premium, a 1% settlement. That's it. If you don't think that AMC Entertainment is going to decline in price by more than 1% due to this conversion taking place, that is extremely naive. It will absolutely drop by more than 1% once this conversion takes place.
Well,
that 1% settlement is going to be eaten up in probably a 1-minute candle. It is. I still think that there's a chance. Okay, everybody.
Oh, it sure seems like you do.
Kind of,
all this looking around, squirming there.
Analysts' expectations are out there are for a conversion. Now, unfortunately, I believe that is the path that we are going to see move forward. But I believe there's a chance that this Morgan Zern, the vice chancellor on this court, will have a little bit of common sense. Will understand that AMC shareholders were absolutely bamboozled, backstabbed, misled, whatever you want to call it, with the selling of majority shares to hedge funds so that they could vote themselves into massive gains, dump on retail investors, and then retail investors bear the brunt of the future dilution and the declining.
Well,
I want to know what you guys think. Down in the comments below, let me know your thoughts. For shareholders back.
I mean, he said that if they had sold whatever million ape shares on the day after it came out at $8, they could have paid off the debt. If they had issued shares last year, 2 years ago, 2021 at $40, well, number one, they would have had to have issued a lot fewer shares. And number two, they could have done the same thing, paid off the debt or just had operating capital for a lot longer period of time. So really, this, is par for the course here for him. Let's see. There's a lot of spam comments here. Amazon MA230FH. It's all spam comments. Wow, so many spam comments on here. I almost wonder if he's buying comments. That's crazy. Look, all these MA230, 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 all these, every one of them, every one of these, almost, except for when Lambo. I mean, you don't need the H in there. That's the whole thing about when, whatever. No H, okay? No H. This person right here, they are not an original ape. They would know that.
Volatility.
They would know that. So let's go here to this thing.
Turn it over to our guests. Captain, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, hey, thank you again, brother. This is, it's kind of weird the way the things came in. And JV, you jump in where needed. But I do want to.
This is the captain.
One thing about, I want everyone to understand why people didn't show up.
Oh, okay, okay. So Captain Loser is going to give us, the reason why retail investors didn't show up to the hearing. Okay, cool. Always an excuse with these clowns. Always an excuse.
I got my notification, and I talked to JV about this.
Oh, the postcards or something like that. I didn't get my notification.
This after the fact. I want to say about 5 days before the actual hearing. So I got it by email. Now, if you didn't provide an email or you weren't noticing it, then you got it in the mail. And here's the interesting part.
That's why they didn't show up. Yeah, that's it.
Send me a picture.
That's it.
From my sister, who picked up the mail. We're on the road right now, and the letter showed up the day I was supposed to actually be in court. So the letter was useless, and the guy who
maybe you
Rogan, I believe,
who do you blame for that?
He got the letter.
Which one? Who gutted the USPS?
So he drove
Just saying.
10 hours from Tennessee, and I really felt bad for him. And we talked, and he says, "I'm really not prepared." And I said, "By the way, one of the court clerks told him in the room." She said, "Listen, the judge wants to just hear what's in your heart. That's why you're here. You don't have to be a legalese."
The judge wants to hear what's in your heart. I'm sure that she did. I'm sure she wanted to hear what was in your heart, because that's what a court cares about.
I really hate
feelings.
To hear people online, and I've been looking at it over the past 48 hours, crapping on people, saying that they sound stupid or this. Hey, we are stupid. We're the 3.8 million individual investors, and we're not used to speaking in front of crowds and all the rest. I mean, I've had some experience, but the fact of the matter is the regular.
I mean, that's a awfully broad generalization there. I mean, you've got people from, all different types of backgrounds and jobs and everything in this. I mean, not used to speaking in front of people. Oh, okay.
Regular investor doesn't have that, so now they have to stand up in front of a judge. Look, I think Judge Cern really did a good job. I think.
Well, we'll see if he says that after the settlement's approved and the dreams are crushed like a carbon fiber sardine can.
The plaintiffs who had to put this
Too soon?
information
No,
out.
never too.
They made it hard for people to write in.
Never too soon. Never too soon zone.
You weren't going to be accepted. Your statements were rejected. If you didn't show the proof, anything that you did wrong, you were out. It was like kind of like trying to win the publisher's clearinghouse to get in
Yeah. Hey,
court.
Captain, can I jump in for a second? So I just want to agree with what you're saying. We heard that from a lot of people. I had people messaging me who had to cancel at the last minute because they had, patients to care for who had heard about it last minute. My understanding is,
Oh, come on.
the list maybe last Friday, but they didn't serve people, as you mentioned, or they didn't get the letter until Tuesday, Wednesday. So a lot of people didn't know. The other key thing is, you mentioned the plaintiffs. They had missed.
Okay, yeah, this is. I mean, listen to this. They're making excuses. It's so pathetic. Seriously. All right. Well, fortunately, we have proof. So here's a notice. The scheduling order for the settlement hearing. Let's take place on June 29th and 30th, Thursday and Friday. This order provides additional procedures to and does not replace or supplant the June 14th order establishing hearing protocols. Here's the schedule. And this guy at 2 o'clock was the first one to show up, from what I understand. Is that correct, Manny? Thanks to Manuel for finding this, sending it. But I mean, this came out, and here's a signature. Came out on June 23rd, which is the previous Friday. I mean, this is online then. So you're telling me that these people didn't get a letter in the mail until Tuesday, and they still didn't show up. Give me a break. Give me a break. Just give me a fucking break. No, that's not why they didn't show up. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they did. They did. They squandered their chance.
Classified at least 100 people on the ownership list of who sent objections, and the special master even updated that, I think, this morning. So there are 100 people missing, and they actually went after. Anyway, I don't want to get into too much detail, but I just wanted to hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
Because I think this has been a question like, hey, why didn't these people show up? Well, hey, you get the letter 6 days before
okay.
And you're in California. How are you going to navigate that? And then
how are you going to navigate that? I mean, you might be able to make it driving, but I mean, maybe you should have thought about that before you said you were going to go, first of all. But I mean, it's like a matter of priorities. If it's that important, you figure it out. If it's not, then you just blow it off. Or you never were intending on going anyway, because you're a paper tiger. Keyboard warrior. When you're sitting behind the keyboard, yeah, I'm going to go talk to the judge. I'm going to tell her what I think. I'm going to speak from my heart. And then the time comes, and you're like, whoa, will I have to pay to go? No, well, fine, no, screw it. And now this guy is saying it's because people didn't receive the notice until 5 days before. Give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah, but see, the difference is, Manuel, you didn't waste all your money on AMC shares that have declined in value 80%. So I think you cracked the code. And I mean, well, I'm not going to go any further on that one.
And we all know what happened with the airfare. The Newark airport and all that over the past few days. So look, I mean, it was
clearly it was a hedgy plan.
I think that the people that did testify for the individual investors were good.
Hmm.
I need to put this out there. I'm very, very disappointed, and I have been a staunch ape since the Battle of 801, and I am taking so much crap, and I find it comical because it's from people that I'm on the same side of the fence. I may have a different opinion now, and we'll get into that tonight, but
I mean, they're
we're all
like,
in this together.
we're all in this together. We're on the same side of the fence, yada, yada, yada. You're on the right side of everything. You guys are the good guys. You guys, are the ones that, truly care about the, blah, 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 blah. And this guy is a captain in the Air Force? Why in the world? How? How in the world? Does somebody get involved in this? That's boggling. I mean, I don't even... They had to show proof that they were shareholders, right? I mean, Jesus.
Together. And it really disturbs me that Boss Blunt's, Bigham's, Tony De Niro, and Phil
Scott Alkin? No.
People that I have followed since they've been on the air. And they are just crapping on this captain that went on who gave a big, and by the way, every one of them, all they say is he gave a big resume about who he was. And what's important for your listeners to hear.
I don't care who they are, who you are.
When we put this together, we thought about everything that will help the 3.8 million. And by the way, it was very good that we did, because look at who showed up. 2 of us on the first day and 1 on the second. So in other words, that made our testimony that much more important to make a point. The whole idea of giving a resume of who you are was to present to the judge that, number one, I'm educated. I'm not an idiot. I have
no comment.
beliefs. I let her know that I was a military guy. I put in all of my accolades and honors that I did, but there's a reason. And I told her at the end, I said,
credibility.
I said, right. I said, Judge, I go, I'm giving you this information because I'm wanting you to put a tag to the face of the individual investor out there.
Okay.
And she accepted it. She liked it. What pisses me off about Boss Blunts and all these other guys who are crapping on me now and calling me a shill. It's the funniest thing ever, me a shill. But when they're things...
That's what every shill says.
Reason. I was in it for the same reasons they were, and I have a difference of opinion. But we should be able to talk about these things, because when we get into the details of how JV and I actually feel, and I tell...
Who is JV? Who the fuck is JV? And yes, Len, thanks for saying that. Who cares what your background is? It doesn't matter. I mean, like, you are not setting yourself up to be taken more seriously. I would hope not. I would hope that that's not the case. I mean, he probably thinks he was. But, the judge liked what he had to say, and, he feels good about it. I believe that that's basically what this was. I don't know why this whole thing has been belabored and drawn out. It seems pretty clear what the outcome is going to be. There's no indication whatsoever. I haven't heard one even minor thing that would indicate that anything other than the settlement approval is likely going to happen. I just haven't heard it. The special master recommended it, and I would think the judge is going to be relying heavily on those reports. So this it seems like almost like it was a, they didn't anticipate getting this 2,000, 3,000, however many letters from retail investors. Now, they can do that. They can send a letter. But showing up, not so much. That actually costs money. beyond the $2 per page on the letters. Scanning fee costs $2 to scan a page at the courthouse. But because they got such an overwhelming response, you know, and it was in someone's best interest for the price to continue to decline. Well, why don't we, you know, we'll just stretch this out. We'll let it take all of June. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably just how it worked out. But it's interesting. It's interesting. The judge didn't like what he had to say. The judge didn't like or dislike what he had to say. The judge considered if it applied to the law. Judge cares about the law and precedents. Judge doesn't rule on emotions or feelings. Right, which is why I was suspicious when he said the judge wants you to speak from the heart, or whatever he said. Because, you know, it just, it's not about that. I don't see a JV initial or anything on the list of speakers, though. I was thinking that too, but I didn't see JV on there. Anyway, I don't know how much more of this really is necessary, but we'll, I guess, do a little bit more.
I feel a little bit depressed being at the hearing because it's almost like we're done. I really have this feeling like if we go through the reverse split, the shorts are not going to cover anything. And even if they go up to, let's say it goes up to $14 and that becomes 140, you do the math. It's not the same as a pre-split 140. And JV, please jump in and kind of help me with how you felt about this also.
We'll listen to a little of JV.
Originally in 2021, when Rich Springfield said AMC's going to a penny, and I knew something was
Whoa, great audio.
At that point, I was in before all the YouTubers even talked about pennies. And I loaded up to 72 and then sold at 65, bought back in at 42, thinking it was a pullback just like GME. And then, boom, it kept going down. I couldn't understand it. And I believe it.
Sounds like poor trading to me. Why would you think it would go back up? I mean, okay, I've heard all I need to of JV. He's an idiot. He thought it would go back up. He thought it would go back up. Listen to that. He thought it would go back up. Thought it would go back up. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one here, but I wanted to look at it because this I don't know who this person is. Zane Investing. Where is it at? Right here. No, not that one. Did they take this video down? Well, anyway, AMC stock update. Oh, it's from a day ago. Emergency. Citadel on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, we're seeing this again. Citadel on the verge of bankruptcy. Come on. I just want to see what they say. And what... there is no proof, but, you know, what they use as any justification for this claim.
And welcome back.
Because I'll tell you what, I can't find it. I've looked. Citadel bankruptcy. Only thing I've seen in here is talking about how Citadel, the hedge fund, made $16 billion in profits last year, and the market maker didn't do too bad either. So, Citadel's not going bankrupt.
Yet another AMC video.
God damn.
Today, I'd like to discuss how Citadel is attempting to become unfailable. They are attempting to enter multiple new markets, such as the bond and cryptocurrency markets, in an effort to become a global, systemically significant institution, practically demanding a government bailout when they inevitably fail. So remain tuned and let's start making money immediately.
Well, you're going to tell people to do something other than their AMC stock, sell it and buy something else? That's the only way you could make money immediately. I think I've heard all I need to. 26 seconds, that's a new record. Wow, okay. Okay. Now, stock and crypto creep discovered the Michael Lewis interview that was on CBS a number of years ago. I don't know if it's worth listening to, but we will listen to a little bit of it, I suppose. So let me go back to the beginning.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about AMC stock.
Now, notice what he gets the name wrong, which is was the first red flag for me.
I have a video for you where this guy, Michael Thomas, he's like really heavily involved in the stock market and all, he's a market maker and all that.
Michael Lewis, I think. The guy who wrote what's it called? Come on, what's it called? The Flash Boys, right? Talking about high frequency trading, brought it to everyone's attention. Michael Lewis. He also wrote one called Liar's Poker in 1989, and he also wrote famously The Big Short. But I don't know if Badback's here. I don't know if Badback's here. His prayer, are you talking about this guy? I think, well, remember I put the bit crusher effect on it, made him sound like a robot, and then I turned it off because it was, yeah. But I didn't actually get to the prayer part. I don't want to offend anybody.
Market is rigged against you. You got to hear it. It's a 60 minutes interview on CBS, and you got to hear, and it's going to make you think of AMC big time, how everything's rigged against us. I want to see what you guys think about.
This is hilarious.
Also, have you seen the new Harrison Ford movie yet?
Why would you? And it's funny what he says about that too.
I'm going to see it probably Tuesday. I'm very excited to see it. The Indiana Jones movie. It doesn't look great. It looks decent.
It doesn't look great. It looks decent.
And that's good enough for me. As long as I have a good time going to see it and it's halfway decent, I'm cool with that. All right? Doesn't have to be spectacular, you know.
Doesn't have to be spectacular. Okay, that's fair. You know, I agree with that actually. But the problem is, even the ones that are spectacular aren't going to save AMC. Just not. Even if it was as popular as Top Gun Maverick, it wouldn't make any difference at this point. It would make no difference. All right.
All right, so I'm going to pull up this video for you. Let me know what you think about this. This is pretty powerful statements that are made. I'm curious to see what you think. All right, and I'll have some commentary at the end. Okay, here we go.
The headline here. Stock market's rigged. The United States stock market, the most iconic market in global capitalism, is rigged.
By whom?
By a combination of the stock exchanges, the big Wall Street banks, and high-frequency traders.
Who are the victims?
Everybody who has an investment in the stock market. If it wasn't complicated, it wouldn't be allowed to happen. The complexity disguises what is happening. If it's so complicated you can't understand it, then you can't question.
These black boxes located at more than 60
public... you can also not participate in it. I mean, it's not mandatory. So I'm not so sure that I like that argument. And I don't think it is so complicated that you can't understand it. I don't think that's true. I think it's certainly more complicated than people realize, and a lot of these young, 20-something, whatever. But yeah, an iconic, is a word. I'm not so sure about that word choice. Iconic. Yeah, it's a weird one. I mean that. Well, anyway, yeah, I agree. Weird.
In private exchanges, where billions of dollars in stock change hands every day.
Look at those black boxes.
Public documentation. Trades are being made by thousands of robot computers programmed to buy and sell every stock on the market at speeds 100 times faster than you can blink an eye. A system so complex, it's all but invisible.
And this is all being done by computers? All being done by computers. It's too fast to be done by humans. Humans have been completely removed from the marketplace. The insiders are able to move faster than you. They're able to see your order and play it against other orders in ways you don't understand. They're able to front run your order.
What do you mean front run?
It means they're able to identify your desire to buy shares in Microsoft. and buy them in front of you and sell them back to you at a higher price. It all happens in infinitesimally small.
Okay, yes, but a big part of this, well, anyway, that's not always what happens. I mean, the whole thing about naked shorting is that the market maker naked shorting is that they can sell it to you before they buy it. Before they buy it. And that's what we see with a lot of the short volume. Those short transactions are the market maker selling it to you, and then they turn around and buy it once the price goes down. So same net effect, I guess. But it doesn't always go down. And they don't always not have it. So this interview is also from several years ago. I'm not exactly sure. I'll look it up while we listen.
All periods of time. Their speed advantage that the faster traders have is milliseconds, sometimes fractions of milliseconds. But it's enough for them to identify what you're going to do and do it before you do it at your expense.
So it drives the price up.
So it drives the price up, and in turn, you pay a higher price.
Well, you can't pay a higher price if you have a limit order. So there's that. This is from shit. Actually, is it from? They posted it 2 years ago, but it was from the archives, so I have to see when exactly it was from. 9 years ago? 9 years ago. Yeah, apes are worried about front running. They tell everyone that they're buying. Not only that, that's all they do. Buy and hold. Yay, here's our strategy. Buy and hold. And, you know, Manny, the funny thing, well, one of the funny things is that they claim that the algorithms are not programmed to deal with buying and holding. Makes no sense. That's the most basic strategy. That's the basic strategy. Buy, hold, price goes up, you sell. But apparently that's foreign to these bot traders. I don't really need to hear the commentary. But
out there, friends, the stock market is rigged. They have robots, in a sense, that do trading. And they're what we call...
I mean, this is the ultimate in retroactive DD. This is the ultimate in retroactive learning about something that you dumped all of your, potentially, for a lot of people, a lot of money into. Now you're learning this? Seems a little backwards.
Algorithms, but they're actual robots that they use to do this trading.
Robots.
To beat us.
I got a picture. Actually, there's video of the robots.
That maybe many of you hadn't known about. And so you have
I don't know exactly what he's talking about here with that, but there is video of these robots trading, though. The trading robots. Here, let me pull it up. I didn't know if you guys had seen this or not, but yeah, these robots here, they're something else. These trading robots. Here, check it out. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but it's pretty fascinating. This is the stock market robot. So they just sit there and hit sell, 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 sell. They have motor torque control so that they can control the rate that they're selling at. And, you know, they can put them in any environment. Doesn't matter. You know, they could do it outside in the park. They can do it next door in the Boca Chica Nature Preserve. And, you know, and they can do it without crushing an egg. So yeah, robots.
have an insider right there on 60 Minutes telling you how the stock market is rigged against us. That's why you should consider some cryptocurrency. It's not rigged like the stock market.
Oh, okay, cool. It's not rigged like the stock market. Good to know.
I have some really good crypto plays.
Where?
Right now I'm in XRP, Dogecoin, Sologenic,
Dogecoin,
Bitcoin Cash.
Wow. Bitcoin Cash.
That I'm in. Cascoin. I made a lot of money on that. Well, just subscribe, okay? If you want to.
Are you, Lynn? Are you sensing a pivot here on his part? Pivot to crypto, finally, huh? Crypto's not really. I mean, it's. Well, I guess. Well, let me look at here. Bitcoin's okay. Bitcoin's going sideways, 30,000. Just waiting for that. Waiting for that. That rug pull.
Crypto, stick with me on the crypto, okay? I'm doing real good with the crypto. I love the crypto. What do you think about all this, friend?
Well, if you're doing real good with it, that would imply that you've taken profits at these levels. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think that's the case. I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case.
I don't either. I don't either.
Friends, this is the challenge we are facing with AMC stock, one of many, right? But somehow we'll find a way to win, right? Hit like, subscribe, and notification, share the...
Find a way to win. Well, it doesn't really work like that. Sometimes you lose. But anyway. Okay. What does Donnie think is going to happen next week? And what's his thoughts on Judge Zern? Potential decision, AMC Moass.
Financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say.
Did you guys see the house he's got for sale in Detroit? Wow, it's
opinion. Please don't make any.
It's real. I'm thinking about checking it out. It's an investment property.
Decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that data, but I got to tell every day. The day they release us is false. It gives a false narrative of the market. So we can make bad trading decisions. Listen. Asking me, what do I think is going to happen next week?
Do you think people are actually asking him that? Really? A lot of people are asking me. I mean, boy, I wish people would ask me, but they don't ask me.
AMC and 8.
They never ask me. I never get asked. Why not?
I tell you, it's really up in the air. And
oh, okay.
I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell AMC. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell 8. But
it doesn't matter if you were telling us to buy, hold, or sell. Let me just say that. It doesn't matter if you were saying that. Because clearly you're not a financial advisor. A financial advisor would never say the data that you get is false, meant to trick you so you make bad decisions. A financial advisor would never say that. So you've given it away already. You don't have to say that every time.
But I'm telling you that it's up in the air.
I'm also not a lawyer. So
Judge Zern is not going to make a decision next week. And we got to remember, next week, Monday, the stock market is open, but it closes at 1 o'clock. So we have a short trading day on Monday. And Tuesday for July 4th, Independence Day, the stock market's going to be closed altogether. So we only have, 3.5 trading days next week. So is there really enough time?
So he can do math. He can do math. How in the world does he not understand the reverse split then? I guess it's more complicated.
To see any barely moves with AMC? Probably not. Probably not. But I do believe this. I believe the bad actors, the Hedgies, and their co-conspirators are between a rock and a hard place. So at any time, in my opinion, AMC could start.
He's been saying that for months. He's been saying that for months.
People want to know if I think Judge Zern is going to vote for the reverse split or not vote for the reverse split. And here's the thing. Based on everything I see, everything I read, the reverse split was... It should not be approved. It should not be approved.
Well, that's not the question.
Based on the information.
That's not the question that you asked, or that you were asked. It's what do you think the judge will do? Okay, we know that you think it shouldn't happen. I mean, there's no reason to think that. There's no indication that that's the case. But what do you think the judge is going to do? Well, maybe he'll say.
Information that I have, of course, Judge Zern is going to have additional information and she's going to make her decision based on the information she has, the law, and the facts of the case. What would I prefer?
Well, congratulations. That's right.
To approve the reverse split, not to approve the conversion. And I believe that would be very, very upsetting for the hedgies, because now they have to find those billions of counterfeit shares that they sold to us and pocketed the money.
No.
The reverse split, like I tell every day, just helps them erase.
No, they wouldn't have to find the billions of counterfeit shares. No, they wouldn't. I don't know why you think they would. There are no billions of counterfeit shares, first of all. But, I mean, come on.
90%.
And, yes, I pointed this out earlier when we listened to one of his videos, because he said this, but the judge does not vote on it. The judge is not voting on the reverse split. That's already been approved. What the judge is deciding, not voting on, is the settlement. Will the settlement be approved? And, I mean, you know, I think that we can say pretty definitively that, well, there's no indication that it would not be approved. There's no indication. In fact, there are indications that it will be approved. Those are the indications. So, I don't know. He's avoiding the question here.
Counterfeit shares. But
counterfeit shares. Give me a break.
Like I tell you all the time, it's not final. It can be appealed to
the
Delaware Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah.
So
they'll take that
option if people are not happy.
Oh, yeah. They'll agree to hear that case, I'm sure. Give me a break.
With the decision that Judge Zern makes, or Vice Chancellor Zern makes. But the bottom line is this.
I mean, I don't know if that's even true once a settlement is approved and you know, takes the effect of law. How do you appeal that? The parties fucking agreed to it. I mean, at the end of the day, these people, they're class members in a class action lawsuit. I just don't see it.
As far as I'm concerned, anything can happen next week. The facts and law tells me that the reverse split shouldn't be approved, but that is totally irrelevant. I am nobody. It is up to Judge Zern to make a final decision.
Yes.
And she will make her decision based on the law and the facts of the case. And I believe she's going to make a fair decision, because everything she's done so far tells me that she is a very ethical jurist. I mean, that's the impression I get of her. That's what I read off her.
He still thinks that she's going to rule in their favor. That's funny.
Anything
wow.
that I might think is suspect, I don't get that off of her. So whatever decision she comes to, I believe that decision will be supported by the facts and the law. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think Judge Zern is going to vote for the reverse split, or will she deny the reverse split and the conversion and send the hedgies crazy? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.
Well, being an ethics expert, I think she will deny the reverse split. Oh, okay. You're not a nobody. A judicial background? You're too honest for YouTube. I think we'll run next week. What facts has she been presented with? It's a complete fiasco. Is Zern judging on the reverse split? Reverse split. You are somebody with over 2 years giving a voice to retail investors and pension funds holders despite regular retaliation efforts from the 1%. As soon as she says yes, they will split the stock. It can't be undone. I believe us no voters are out of luck. How about having the judge approve the reverse split and conversion, but not until the end of 2025? This would make everyone happy. Except the company would not survive until 2025. I mean, use your frickin' brain. Reverse split is unacceptable. If that goes through, they have failed so many retail and allowed robbery. Yes. Oh, yeah. Y'all have been saying the hedges are running out of liquidity for a year now. No, actually, that's not what he said. He said liquidity is drying up. Get it right. We've been waiting. We got reverse split. Reverse split, got delayed, and nothing. None of y'all can answer. If they deny the reverse split, then what? How do we squeeze? They going to be forced. Why isn't GameStop squeeze? Its OBV is high. I mean, I don't have enough time now to go through everything that's wrong with this statement, this comment, but everything is wrong with that comment. Everything is wrong with that comment, including the misunderstanding of unbalanced volume. I mean, this is the danger. That's why I started this channel 2 years ago, to try to prevent this misinformation from becoming entrenched, embedded. I mean, it became embedded anyway. It's entrenched. These people believe this stuff. But, you know, I thought, and I still do think it's important. It's hard to bitch about it if you're not doing anything about it to try to counter it. So I want to be able to bitch about it, so I'm trying to do something to counter it. That's what I tell myself anyway. Ape will be the play. What brand of hair dye do you use? That's funny. That is hilarious. Okay. Complete Lou interview. No. Lawsuit over. Save yourself. Oh, yeah, there's the Citadel collapsed. Right, okay. Okay. What's going on with... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wow.
Because, you know, Lou will not fight me and
will not fight you.
He won't walk any talk. Everybody's now moving over to Ape Father. And they're like, so Lou's not going to fight you, but maybe Ape Father will fight you, and all he does is talk shit about you. Let me just go ahead and respond to that. The whole put up or shut up, if you guys know me and you've been following me for any period of time, I will put all the success I have in life down to just that one phrase. It's put up or shut up. I've put up my entire fucking life. I'm in a $110,000 Corvette because I put up. I put the fuck up my entire life. I don't like to talk. That when the time comes that it's time to shut the fuck up and put up, I will shut the fuck up. The joking's over. The joke's over. It's time to get serious. Let's fucking go. That's always been my attitude. And if I don't, I'm letting myself down. I'm failing. I'm failing if all I do is talk. Can't stand fucking talkers, man. Here's the thing with Ape Father. Ape Father's always talked shit about me. He's only called me out on my strength. He's never called me out to fight me. Now, when he called me out on my strength, what'd I fucking do? I said, put up or shut up, motherfucker, right? I said, let's go. You want to bench? Let's bench. And Ape Father had a hard time. I called him out. He had a hard fucking time. So he was just beaten right there, right out of the gate. That fucking contest was over. It never really amounted to anything. But here's the difference between Ape Father and Lou. Ape Father never said he wanted to fight me. Ape Father never called me out to kick my ass. Never said he could kick my ass. None of that fucking shit.
Well,
and I'm not the type of guy that just wants to go around fighting fucking everybody.
I don't now. I have a sticker over in Telegram that exactly sums up my feeling right now about what he just said. I'm gonna make it happen here. You know, because I don't know about that. Let me get this. These guys are such clowns. Make me do this. They made me do it. Get this sticker here. Maybe some of you know which one I'm thinking of, but here's the sticker that sums up this statement here by Teddy Zane.
Never called me out to kick my ass. Never said he could kick my ass. None of that fucking shit. And I'm not the type of guy that just wants to go around fighting fucking everybody.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's it right there. I have some doubts about that. I don't know. You know, also, you know, if we want it in audio form.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
Multimedia presentation. So badass. Like, I mean, the first thing this guy thinks of is, and he said this to me too when I called him out, you know, wants to kick my ass. I'm sure that you could, but I didn't challenge you to a contest of physical strength. I challenged the facts that you gave, and they weren't facts, they were wrong. So your response is, I'm going to get physical. I want to fight you. Okay. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's not what this is about. This is about just shutting motherfuckers up that call me out to fight me. Well, it's put up or shut up. And that's why I've never wanted to fight Ape Father, because he's never called me up. Why are we not moving? It's a green light. What the fuck are we doing? This is where you get the fuck over. The fuck over. The fuck over. Because there's an open fucking lane. Kidding me right now. Get the fuck over.
Wow, he is an impatient motherfucker.
I did start my fucking testosterone.
I paused it at a weird... What? Okay. I lost my train of thought here because of that. Wow. These are the kind of drivers that I hate right here.
The fuck over. The fuck over.
And he lives in like Alabama or some shit. Like, there's no way that there's any traffic.
Fucking lane. Kidding me right now.
Listen to this.
Get the fuck over. Yes. I did start my fucking testosterone. So maybe I'm gonna fucking roid rage a little bit. They don't know how to fucking drive in Alabama.
Wait. So he got all over me and Model 3 dude here on the channel for saying roid rage. And now he's using the term. So it's okay if he says it. But if somebody else notices it and brings it up, then you have to issue a challenge to fight me. And I wasn't even the one who said it, by the way. I mean, I did say it, but not that time. That was Model 3 dude. Model 3 dude said it, I think, or Manuel. I think it was Model 3 dude, though. Doesn't matter. Why would you issue a challenge to fight me? It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Roid rage. He started his testosterone.
I have no respect for Lou. You know, Lou has no success in life. He has no trophies. He has no viable proof that he's done anything in his fucking life. Okay? Dude, you don't come after a motherfucker like me at the fucking top. When, motherfucker, you're still stuck where I was when I was 19, motherfucker. 19, motherfucker. You're stuck where I was when I was 9 fucking teen, dude. Lou. But see, Ape Father has changed his channel. He moved his channel over to what he does best. You know, Ape Father decided, all right, AMC's fucking over. I'm not going to kick this fucking dead horse anymore. I'm going to do what I do best, and that's eating, shitting. What else does Ape Father do?
That's pretty true.
Shitting,
Talking shit. Talking shit.
Eating, shitting. He swims. He moved on with his fucking life.
It's like Teddy discovered copy and paste in the video editor.
At the cost of losing viewership, which he did. Lou hasn't done that. Broke fucking Lou is so anchored to YouTube because the guy just refuses to fucking work. The guy refuses to have any ambition, fulfill any vision.
How do you know all that?
That he's anchored to YouTube, and that's all he fucking does, and he's using AMC as his money pit at the cost of you losing money. You know, that the motherfucker's like, I don't give a shit if I'm leading people down the wrong fucking path. He's gonna do it at the cost of you losing money. Whereas
listen to Teddy caring about people losing money as if, you know, calling out grifters and liars and frauds on YouTube hasn't been what we've been doing for 2 years here. I mean, it's just, it's you can't make this shit up. You can't.
Father got off the fucking pot.
It wasn't that long ago that Teddy himself was saying the same shit.
Shit or get off. Ape Father got off the pot. He left a big old dump in the fucking toilet, but at least he got off. Stinky fucking pink Lou, man. He's a bottom feeder. Bottom feeders stay at the fucking bottom and the cream rises to the fucking top. Always remember that. Okay, a bottom feeder will always remain at the fucking bottom. That's it, guys. Y'all have an awesome day. Doge Warrior out, baby.
But that's also where they're supposed to be. That is also their position. That's their place in the food chain. So you could look at it like he is. You could look at it like that and say, well, bottom feeder, piece of shit, you know, low life form. They're only ever going to be down there feeding off the bottom. Or you could look at it like, you know, and I thought he was a Christian anyway. I thought these guys were supposedly Christians. You know, everything in its right place. You know, a time for this, a time for that. You know, the sort of natural order, or non-religiously, Darwinism. You know, evolution, natural food chain, whatever, biology. Like, you could say that about, I don't know, bacteria. Oh, bacteria are only ever going to be bacteria. Right, because they're bacteria. Ape Father, bottom feeder, okay? That's what he is. So what? Who cares? Does it really make you look that much better if you sit there and say this stuff about somebody like that? No, it doesn't. I mean, you're not using facts. You're not using logic or anything like that to make a point. You're not illuminating anything that anybody with, you know, a normal amount of common sense could be able to tell. What's the point? It just makes you look weak because you're sitting there attacking somebody because they won't fight you. I mean, I don't care if you're on testosterone or not. I mean, that's kind of dumb. I mean, it doesn't really do much. I don't really understand what the point of this video is, to be honest. I must have missed the part where Lou spent an entire year talking trash about your body parts, business, investments, and cars. Lou has never even indirectly talked about you but yet here you are running your mouth. Trash talk is cheap. Fight, you got my attention. Doesn't matter if he dissed you directly. He's a grifter and clown, and most intelligent people here, most intelligent people have realized that by now. No, unfortunately not. But like, okay, yeah, he doesn't want to sit there and fight everybody. But, I mean, what did you do in this video, Teddy? You just talked. I mean, what are you talking about? Like, I don't like talk. I can't stand talkers. You're a fucking talker. That's all you do. It's all you did. What else can you do in a YouTube video besides talk and show off the Corvette that's probably not yours? Show us the title, then I'll believe it. Show us the title, then I'll believe it. Citadel's trying to become too big to fail. Right. Good. We got played. It's over. Uh-huh. Look at Claybro back with two AMC videos in 2 days. Wow. AMC joke lawsuit will be thrown out. Okay. I can't stand that guy, but... All right, Ants Trades.
Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm making a video today. Nothing crazy happened, but this is not a point in time where I feel like I should be making videos every day. So I'm just going to make a video today. Nothing really happened today, but I'm going to pretty much touch on all my charts updated.
Okay, well, so nothing really happened, and he's just going to talk about the same shitty charts that he's talked about many times before. No thanks. But I did get a link for this. This is the kitchen guy. This is the kitchen cabinet guy, Ryan Hodges.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, for those of you joining for the first time today. I'll make a quick video today, guys, and first of all, say I hope you all have a happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
And just go out there, enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you get a long weekend. I am taking a long weekend this weekend, and then the next week I'm only working a couple days. And then we're taking a little family vacation. So chances are I might not make a video next week. I'm going to try to get one out still on Friday, but we'll kind of see what happens, play by ear.
What are we going to do if he doesn't?
Right, guys, let's talk a little bit about what happened this week. We saw, you know, AMC go
I like this hutch, though, back here. I like this hutch a lot.
Up in price a little bit. That was good, but it, you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's just another day. And then, of course, the court case happened the last couple of days. Quick recap, right? So I didn't take notes during it. I was listening all day long. I was on a space call on Twitter listening.
Oh, a space call. So not only are we getting the version that whatever you remembered, we're getting whatever you remembered from a space call. Fabulous. I'm sure it'll be accurate.
But I was working the whole time while I was doing it, so I didn't really have it. I couldn't take notes.
And you weren't paying attention.
And they made it very clear that it couldn't be recorded, so there's no way. I didn't go back and like re-listen.
Well, you could have recorded it.
So I'm just going to give you a little synopsis of what I heard, and then,
not like they would know.
You know, you guys can talk about it in the comments. We can chit chat about what you heard, and it'll jog my memory on different things that
chit chat or chit chat.
First things first, I'm sure that most of you know that within the first 10 minutes of the court case starting, the fire alarm went off, right? So that was very convenient timing, and it seemed like somebody was just trying to slow down time. It's a very just coincidental thing.
Well,
and 100%, it probably had nothing to do with anything.
You can't slow down time.
But, you never know. We've seen them do things.
Closest you can get is smoke some weed.
That wouldn't make it out of the ordinary. That somebody pulled that fire escape. I'm sure you guys have seen that picture going around of Kenny Boy pulling down that, pulling down the fire button. So guys, that happened. Court case gets started back up again.
I don't know. Do we know that somebody actually
talking about why they
physically pulled
what they think is going on
from a pull station?
Or of everything that
there's a lot of reasons why a fire alarm can go off.
Had nothing to do with what they were actually in court for, rather trying to prove different points to try to get the judge.
In fact, every time I've had to deal with them, which I've had to do many times,
very much so.
It was not somebody pulling
things and
the pull station.
To answer questions,
anyway, whatever.
To make it relatable to what they were talking about. At one point, somebody asked about whether, if the first injunction that they requested would have been granted, what could have happened? If it would have caused a bankruptcy in AMC, then where would have that led to? And all of them said they didn't want AMC to go bankrupt. That was clear. So there's that. The judge said, well, hey, it's a good thing I didn't grant that injunction, right? Because if I granted that injunction, then I would have been held accountable for that, for the company going bankrupt. I didn't believe.
So in that sense, then, if this is something that is being considered here as, in the decision-making process, then I would have to say that there seems to be pretty much zero chance that this judge would do anything to potentially bankrupt the company or lead to a bankruptcy, which not being able to raise capital would do. So, and would the shareholders approve it? A dilutive measure? Now, I probably not. They've been very clear about that. So if what he said is true, then I don't see any way that they don't come out of this doing the reverse split conversion and approving the settlement, because ultimately, if it did lead to bankruptcy, then it would be the same thing he's talking about here. The judge would be directly or indirectly responsible for that. So, yeah.
Believe the company was going bankrupt at that time. I don't think, most of us didn't believe that the company was going bankrupt. There were still things in the works to start building that number up. And right now, that's a moot point because we're not, the company's not going bankrupt.
Did he just say a mute point?
There was a lot that was said at one point. One of the plaintiffs actually basically said, "I think you're changing my mind." He said it about like certain situations about it, but the situations that he was referring to were in direct relation to what they're actually in court for.
Imagine that the plaintiff's lawyer, so the pension fund, people that brought the action in court, his mind is being changed. Yeah, because the whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. And I don't see any legal basis for it.
Personally, I'll be very honest, I haven't listened in on a lot of these court cases, right? This is the first one that I actually care about because it directly affects me and my investment.
Does it, though?
But all of the plaintiffs who are suing AMC kept talking about how the other plaintiffs didn't matter in the court case, that to them it didn't matter because obviously the lawyers for each plaintiff is a lawyer for that plaintiff. But if they would have been able to find some sort of common ground, I think that probably would have helped their case, but that didn't happen. There was just a lot of the same nonsense. One of the guys, the most well-spoken guy out of all of them, came right out of the gate and said that he was for years a lobbyist for political reasons, that he was out there getting paid to lobby for political reasons. That should tell you something about who is out there working against it, right? Obviously they're paying people, but this guy was very, very clear and adamant about who he was and that this is what he's done for a good portion of his career.
Okay.
That's another check mark of people who don't speak for me when it comes to the people who are suing AMC. None of the plaintiffs that were in there spoke for me because I 100%, I did not agree with what was going on. I didn't agree with what they said, and I am 100% always I'm mentally available to accept a differing opinion of my own if it makes sense. Nothing really made sense that they were saying. The common thing that most of them all said was that, but it could wipe out everybody's savings accounts. It could do this. It could do that. Again, they're trying to tug on the heartstrings of the judge to make her feel bad for people, which is not how most judges think. Judges go off of what is law and what is not, right? And so that was just them trying to get into the judge's head and make her feel bad about things, which is crazy because, as you all know, what money do you trade with, right? Money that you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, don't trade with it.
That's just silly talk.
Hoping to, come out on top.
It's just silly talk.
I know that some of you have done that, and I get that. But that doesn't hold up in court, right? Like, it's not AMC's job to know how much money you're spending and where you're taking it from.
Wow.
So keep that.
I mean, color me crazy here, but I mean, it sounds like he's actually making some decent, observations here. I'm not sure where this video is going and what the point is, but I mean that we've talked about that before. There's no way that AMC could know when or for how much money people bought their shares. So, and it's not their responsibility to make sure that they, buy and sell in a profitable way. That's why getting mad at the CEO is, for that is silly.
That in mind. Other than that, guys, I mean, it was, there was recesses, there was, all the things of normal courts that just, the whole thing could have happened a lot sooner, but a lot of people didn't show up that were supposed to, that were trying
most of them
object to the conversion and the reverse split and everything.
Because of the wildfires.
A lot of those
because of the mail.
So there was a lot of time that was taken away. And the last thing that the judge said is that she's not going to there's not going to be a decision today, and most likely there's not going to be a decision next week. So guys, we still got some time. Pay attention to what's going on the next couple of weeks. Let's just, stay vigilant, stay watching, just be ready for anything. You never know what's going to happen. And we'll go from there, and we'll keep chatting on what's going on as the time, as
never know.
Days go on and weeks go on and whatever. But guys, again, go out there, have a good weekend. I hope you guys have a great, safe time. Just be safe, enjoy your friends and family, stay positive, stay motivated, stay motivating, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
He'll probably, I would think, I mean, he may make a realization that he screwed up. We'll see. But I'll tell you what, though, I mean, I'm going to have to classify this as breaking news, I think. If it's true, that is. Breaking news coming right up here. So the source on this is questionable, but we're going to take a look at it and see. It's being reported that Gary Gensler has resigned. This is on Crypto Alert, thecryptoalert.com. The link is being put into the chat right now. Sources confirm. SEC sources confirm. Now, I don't know if they understand what the word confirm means, but we'll see. In a stunning revelation, an anonymous official from the SEC has reportedly disclosed that Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, has submitted his resignation following an internal investigation. This bombshell news has sent shockwaves through the financial industry, raising concerns about the integrity of the regulatory body and the implications for investor confidence. Anonymous source, huh? Well, if he did, it's due to death threats. Well, I'll just use this search tab here that I looked up Citadel bankruptcy and saw that was false. I'll just use this for Gary Gensler as well, because I've got it sorting by date. Ripple's chief legal counsel calls for SEC and chair to face consequences. The SEC comes out swinging against spot Bitcoin ETF applications. Why Gensler must recuse himself. U.S. House Chair warns Gary Gensler. Nothing on SEC.gov, according to Lynn. I believe that. Is SEC losing the battle with Coinbase? SEC crypto war is unlawful, according to industry insiders. Oh, okay. Yeah. Unlawful. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So I don't see this on any source. Yeah, I'm going to say that that's BS. Gary Gensler faces market manipulation charges from a group of current cryptocurrency investors. Lawmakers introduced bill to remove SEC chair. That was 3 weeks ago. That was 3 weeks ago. No. Facing market. Oh, I remember this article or this notion. The charges. It's not charges. There's no charges here. Nobody's been charged with anything. I don't even. All it is a petition on change.org. Tell me something that is more useless than that. The petition claims that Gensler has failed to protect retail investors from fraud and manipulation by Citadel Securities and Citadel Market Maker, who are accused of using illegal tactics such as naked short selling and dark pool abuse. What does that have to do with cryptocurrency? Makes no sense. None. But this, I'll search for this, but the crypto alert. Now, no, that's the only place that exists. Now, and here's the thing, I don't know, how people cannot really understand this, but when there is one person, one article, one source, is that generally believable? No. No. So, I mean, yeah. Just mark 2 years on the job. Just mark 2 years on the job. So, more clickbait. Nonsense. I can't believe that there's no video on that. I may have to make a video about that. There's really no video about this. Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, of course there are videos about it. Look at this. This is from a month ago. Gary Gensler resigns as powerful people oppose crypto crackdown. This is from 1 month ago.
In the near future, the SEC chairman may have to shutter his office doors for the final time.
What?
Representative Warren Davidson of the United...
Yeah, that's the... I mean... Good. Now, this is from an hour ago. That last one was about the lawmaker.
Breaking news. SEC sources have confirmed Gary Gensler, the SEC chairman's resignation. So,
what? Who in the fuck is this? Okay. All right. And now all these people in the comments. Well...
Earlier today, I was scrolling across Twitter and I uncovered this tweet right here, which cites the SEC sources confirm Gary Gensler's resignation. And extremely
this guy, it sounds like a cartoon character.
It looked kind of legit, and I posted this quote tweet saying, "Breaking news, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission officially confirms Gary Gensler's resignation. If this is to be true, it is extremely bullish for XRP." Now, let's be honest, though, this would make a lot of sense, specifically since Gary Gensler, on multiple occasions, completely market manipulating the entire cryptocurrency space.
What?
In fact, multiple groups have claimed that Gensler has been using his position as the SEC chairman to influence and spread false.
When did this article come out? When did this article come out? 1 day ago? What do they mean by that? What do they mean by 1 day ago? Do they mean Saturday? Do they mean Friday? Is there a date? I hate when they say 1 day ago, 2 days ago. Is there any actual date on this thing? Maybe in the search results it'll show me, but this is ridiculous. This shit is so fucking dumb. 1 day ago. Great. That tells me nothing. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that, look at this. Look at, I mean, him mentioning that actually made me think about this. 1 day ago. Well, I mean, 1 day ago exactly. What? Saturday at midnight. 1 day ago. I don't know when it was, but let's say it came out Saturday sometime. Oh, look at that. I mean, that's pretty pathetic, actually, if that is from that bullshit article. That's hilarious. I mean, look at this. They were able to push it up 5%, 2 cents. Is that what this has become now? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is what we have. This is what we have. We have this bullshit, fake ass money, fake ass shit. More fake than stocks. More fake than shares of stock. Nothing actually there. The ultimate of vaporware. And it's so fickle that somebody can put out an unsourced article like this on a site that nobody's ever heard of. I mean, for all we know, the site just launched yesterday with this as their first article. I don't know that. I don't know anything about it. I don't know who wrote this article. Matthew Jacob. Okay. No, I can't click on his name. It's not a link. No Twitter profile. Nothing. No LinkedIn. Okay. Yeah. It seems pretty clearly a pump attempt. And it was a pretty pathetic one. You got 2 cents out of it. Congratulations. Wow.
Digital assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, in order to drive down their price and benefit his own interests.
I mean, what interests are I don't understand. Jesus.
Funny enough, the group also alleges that Gensler has a conflict of interest as he's the former partner of Goldman Sachs, a major player in the traditional financial system that...
Oh, okay. So people working at the SEC, having been employed on Wall Street now is a conflict of interest. I mean, tell me that you know nothing about any of this shit. I mean, that's absurd. Maybe it is actually a conflict of interest, but I mean, shit. He's far from the first SEC employee, regulator, official, whatever you want to say, who's had a position in a Wall Street bank. I mean, are you kidding me? Wow.
Competes with cryptocurrencies. The most recent market manipulation uncovered and that has been completed by Gary Gensler is Coinbase providing evidence to Gary Gensler placing over $2.5 million in Bitcoin shorts just 48 hours prior to the Coinbase and Binance lawsuit. Additionally, within this lawsuit,
where's the evidence?
Not only was Coinbase and Binance and multiple other
anybody seen this evidence?
But also a bunch of cryptocurrencies were also deemed securities, thus affecting the price of Bitcoin and making it collapse. Additionally, Capo says as a
what are you talking about?
This is the first time that Mr. Gary Gensler has been accused of market manipulation.
The price collapse? I mean, when? It was like June 2nd or something. This? You got to be kidding me with this nonsense. Look at the market. Everything went down. Everything went down. Jesus Christ. These people are fucking brain dead.
With inside information. Back on August 2022, multiple reports showed similar instances where he took part in market manipulation. This begs the question of why hasn't this...
No, it doesn't. Does not beg the question.
Gary Gensler's
does not beg anything.
Quickly, before we jump right into the article, I do want to ask that you guys please simply tap the like.
Bitcoin is $30,000.
Your friends and family. You don't want to miss
the highest it's been in a long time.
Metal stated Gary Gensler has resigned from his position as chairman of the SEC following an internal investigation into alleged misconduct. The details of the investigation are confidential, but the decision to step down underscores the seriousness
of okay.
Findings. It also cites that in a stunning revelation, an anonymous...
That doesn't even sound like anything anybody would actually say. The decision to step down underscores the seriousness of the findings. Who would say that? That is an SEC official saying that? Give me a fucking break. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, I got time for one more video. Did I have any suggestions yet? No? Okay. Well, we'll just end with an easy one here. Donnie Who talking about short shares, short volume.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that data, but like I tell every day, the data they release us is false. It mainly gives a false narrative of the market, so we can make bad trading decisions.
Listen.
AMC, in my opinion,
you are using the data that is released to you, which you believe is false, meant to give you a false narrative of the market. So where do you get your data? That's what I want to know. Where does he get his data? If we're to believe him, where does he get his data? Gensler took a stand on Bitcoin. Now the Bit Bros think they can gaslight him into thinking he quit. Well, I bet that they've convinced some people that he quit. And they got a little bit of they got 2 cents pump out of XRP. That's hilarious. I mean, it looks like, where are we on here? That's Friday. That's the nonsense Friday. Oops. This very clearly only happened in, it looks like, that's Friday. I mean, this is it right here. Pretty sure. It's the stuff that starts around 10:30. It starts around 10 o'clock on Saturday evening. I mean, increased volume too. Bitcoin volume not increased. Here it is here, 10 o'clock. And actually, look at that. It looks like money came. It looks like stuff came out of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I wonder. That's so interesting. I wonder if they took it out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and pumped it into XRP. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. Manuel just put a couple in. We'll go with the first one. Since we already know what he's going to say. He's going to say 38% of AMC volume was short. Lowest it's been all year. But, you know, like we've said, short volume is not what you think it is. It does not tell you how many shares are sold short. It's not what it means. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. And I have a video on that, which I probably should find and put a link to. So I'll do that while we're watching the next one, which will be the last one. This is on GameStop.
I'm talking about GameStop USA again, but here is the thing. This is interesting because this shows physically with video evidence that the writing is on the wall. I saw this coming a long time ago. It took a little longer than I thought. I don't want to see GameStop die, but reality is reality and you have to accept it. Let's get
Well, you don't really have to accept it. Apes are proof of that.
And a horse. Skip it up and that up. So I don't need to tell you that buying physical games is a dying art. I don't know. Whatever, we'll go with that. If you actually look at statistics and numbers, which I'm doing right now, this comes from gamesindustry.biz. When it comes to PC games, which I already do this is globally too, okay? 98% of game sales for PC gamers is 98% are buying them digitally. 2% are buying boxed. I'd love to meet those 2%.
Rants.
There's anything wrong with them. It's just like, I would just, but why? It's not even like, oh, my internet connection is slow.
You know what?
There's no
that's
data or
not the right link.
Data on the disc anyway. So what the hell's the point? It's not going to save you any download time or minimal download time it'll save you. And in the console market globally, 72% of consumers are buying their games digitally. That is a huge number. And if you're a big box retailer, especially a big box retailer that main focus is selling physical games, see where I'm going with this? That's a very, very concerning number. Very concerning. Well, we actually got a vivid picture on how dire things are at GameStop. Now, you're gonna go, Rich, it's one video. How about other stores? This is not representative of GameStop as a whole. Oh, really? Well, anyway, this is from Hot and Spicy Curry. That's her name on TikTok. And she did work at a GameStop.
Oh boy.
She showed how busy it was. Here, take a look at the video.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to work in a GameStop?
It's like this all the time. No one. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
I love how the Wii music has taken over for the Curb Your Enthusiasm ending. Remember from HBO? Like anytime there's a fail, they had the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. The Wii music has taken over for that. I think that, isn't that when you created Mii's? It's been a long time, man. The friggin' Wii came out in 2006. Cut me some slack. Now, in the comments of her video, there were other GameStop employees saying how lively their stores are. Let's take a look. Someone named Tyler here wrote, the repetitive ads on the TV would drive me insane. And it has 2,667 likes of the time of me filming this video. I was in there for about 25 minutes the other day and heard the ad loop at least 3 times. Someone wrote, dream job, except you have to tell people you work at GameStop. Someone wrote here, I love how I was constantly berated for being on my phone. Not gonna lie, you're at work, you shouldn't be on your phone all the time, even if it's dead, but in an empty store with absolutely nothing else to do. I don't miss that company. And someone else here wrote, who was another GameStop employee, the accuracy. I promoted myself to customer a few months ago and it was the best decision. Now, prepare for the GameStop simps to find the comments. Are there really GameStop simps? I don't know any. When I make these videos, people are like, oh God, Rich, look, I don't go to GameStop anymore, but you've been talking about GameStop dying since 2013. Well, yeah, because I saw the writing on the wall. I knew it was going to be a slow decline, but it's slower than I thought, but I knew this day was coming. I knew it was coming. As soon as I saw the push for digital distribution in the early 2010s.
What day is this?
Here we are. Now, if you want to go check out the GameStop,
they haven't declared bankruptcy. They haven't said they're going to close.
Link to the.
I don't know what he's. I mean, what is this day?
Is in there as well.
When somebody posts a video of nobody in the store.
Death throes.
I don't know.
GameStop. They can.
I don't disagree.
They tried getting into the mobile phone business. It didn't work. They tried getting into the selling old used consoles, like retro consoles. That didn't work. They're trying toys now.
That's not going to work.
That's going to save them. That didn't work. They were going to try competitive game stores where people came in and played games competitively.
Because people want to go places and play games.
I'm sure there's probably some test markets.
Because you absolutely need to be in a physical location to play games with other people on the internet. That's silly. Did Boston Consulting Group come up with that? I wouldn't have paid the bill either. Oh yeah, by the way, they were gonna come out with the NFT marketplace. Unfortunately, they were like a year and a half too late, and yeah, that was a good one. That was a doozy.
But anyway. Is that really going to save them? There's a lot of times you hear these esports teams that they're not making any money. So what's GameStop going to do? Are they going to magically make money off of it? I'm amazed that GameStop has lasted as long as it has. I thought they would have been, at best, maybe at Blockbuster's point when Blockbuster fully collapsed by this time. So I'll give them that. But who's going into GameStop? Unless it's like select regions where you have bad internet. But like I said before, even if you have bad internet, the damn discs for the games don't really have data on them. Or they have just, you know, sometimes they'll have like a gigabyte. Or you have to download 30 gigabytes from the store, whether you're on PSN or Xbox Live.
If you have bad internet,
what are you going to do? You still have to...
Well, anyway, whatever. It's not, those people aren't going into GameStop.
Download a bunch of...
If you have bad internet, no.
Crap, so what was the benefit of buying the disc? Okay.
If you're on Starlink internet, maybe.
Maybe you're a physical collector, you like the box art. That's really the only justifiable reason at this point. It's not going to help you with your slow internet. It's not going to help you with anything. And there's a lot of times they don't even include the damn game in the box anymore. The Switch was like one of the first where you went out and bought a game and you would just open up the box and get a digital code. So it was like, what the hell's the point? That was what really set me off. Between me and 2017 thinking that I lost all of my Switch games and games just not really coming on the disc anymore, or a disc or a cartridge not being included at all, depending on if you're playing on a home console or the Nintendo Switch, the hell's the point? I just thought to myself, especially on the Switch, I'm just gonna buy a big SD card, like I bought the 1 terabyte SD card and call it a day. There's no reason to buy games physical anymore.
Not to mention, a lot of times they're more expensive in a store. I mean, everything would be, because the store has to mark it up. They have to make money, which they're not really doing. But they have to mark it up. They have to buy it for, you know, a certain amount and then sell it for another amount. So, yeah, really no advantage for anybody there. It's kind of an unnecessary step, seems like. Not that differently than the way that AMC has become something that is, for a lot of people, an unnecessary step. In becoming someone who has seen this movie. You hadn't seen it before, and you want to be somebody who has seen the movie. And it used to be that you would have to go to this physical location to do that. But now, and especially increasingly with the pandemic, you don't have to go anywhere necessarily to become somebody who has seen the movie. A weird way to say that. I don't know. I committed to it. I had to follow through with it.
And that was GameStop's bread and butter. Especially during the 7th and 6th generations, man. They were making a killing with used games. They would buy the game from you, or you could trade in the game and get some more money. And you would get store credit, because if you got store credit, that means you would buy something else at the store, so they would incentivize you to do that. But even then, it's still, you were getting ripped off. And then they'd flip those games around and sell them for double the price. If it was a new game that you just bought for $60 and you're like, look, I want to trade this in, or I want to get money back for it, they would give you nothing, and then they would sell it for $5.
This guy's like a combination of Lou and the Ape Father.
Making buttloads of money with that, but those days are gone because no one's buying physical anymore. I just showed you the numbers. Numbers don't lie. So I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. I know the whole thing with
just an appearance and like his voice
actually indicative of how the company's health was and how it was doing.
Yes,
it was just some crazy.
You hear that? That's not indicative of how the company's doing. It's some crazy nonsense that that was thought up by a FINRA registered financial advisor. He did the pump and dump. He sold out, which he should have, and you haven't heard from him since. And of course, I'm talking about Keith Gill. Now you have all these bag holders that were, the exit liquidity for Keith Gill, yelling about this shit. And it's like, I mean, yeah, what is...
Yeah,
why? How?
Because you had a bunch of retail investors trying to get back at hedge funds, and it actually worked. Some people I know, who the hell would have thought? Talk about a lottery ticket, who had GameStop stock at that time. It blew up, and some people became millionaires. Who the hell would have saw that?
Very few.
Besides,
very few.
The company as a whole is in deep trouble, and I don't even think we needed this video from Hot and Spicy Curry to know that. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
So this is like what Review Dork used to be like, I guess? Is that what Review Dork used to do? Kind of? I don't know. What I want to do real quick is look at Reddit. I haven't been on Reddit in a while. Saw Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny today. Really enjoyed it. Okay. Thanks to my AMC Visa Rewards card, the tickets were free. Well, how are you going to defeat the Hedgies if you go around getting free tickets? Pay for those tickets. You think Adam Aaron should have sold the Ape shares at higher than what they were trading at in the market? Well, do your part. Substantial Pace 9900. Boy, that's a cool name. You should have paid for your tickets anyway. You should have submitted a donation to AMC's GoFundMe. I think they probably liked the popcorn more than the movie. AMC at Costco. Oh, don't tell Marantz. Possible positive operating income. What? What am I looking at here? This is Box Office Mojo or something like that. Cumulative gross. I'm not sure that how this translates to a positive operating income. This is box office revenue. That's one part of AMC's revenue. Like, do you not understand? A positive earnings report would be huge, in my opinion. If we can get from losing money every quarter to profitable, that is a very bullish step. That will officially mark that we're back from the COVID bullshit. Keep those hands, Diamond Apes. I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? I love this here. Motley Fool, probably in a few weeks, and then they make up a statement. I'm not even going to bother to read that. But they say, joke is on them. I get life-changing money or $0, and I'm okay with that. I mean, so yeah, for this ape, there's no third option. They either get life-changing money or they lose all their money. Well, that's great, fantastic strategy. AMC could make $1 trillion a quarter, and the fake-ass rigged BS market will push it down below $4. The whole world now sees the fake USA stock market. Okay. this person's leaning towards some positive options at this point. I don't know what positive options mean. Positive options means, I guess, call options. Boy, if you, as if you don't, good. Yeah, go for it. Box office numbers include AMC and its competitors. AMC lawyers literally just argued they're facing bankruptcy if they can't reverse split and merge with Ape. Right? I see people on here saying shills bring up bankruptcy. The only ones you hear from are AMC executives and those who are pushing the yes vote. Right. That's what I said at the beginning of this stream. First purchase before I even had a clue. Okay, good. I'll be buying more this week. How exciting, from breast cancer to buying more and experiencing the coolest experience ever. What? Okay. It sounds like Chat CCP wrote that one. Movie poster. No. Super moon next week. Because it has something to do with the stock market, apparently. More and more celebrities are promoting going to the movies. AMC, for that matter. Okay. Whip shots. Whip shots. Y'all can go watch y'all favorite movies while getting drunk off whip shots. Cool. I have 16 shares. I want $16 million. Well, Jesus. Threshold securities, as if that has ever meant anything. They know it doesn't mean anything. They still hype it. Not reading that. Court is over. Now we wait. Bought more bananas. Wow. Ken Griffin lied to Congress. Not really. Look at this. I mean, how pathetic. Yeah, buy all that. That'll help. That will help. Weeble. So now more waiting. Oh my God. Love it. 230? Oh my God. How many ways can you waste $1,000? Goodbye, Gary Gensler. Here it is. 2 hours ago. Mm-hmm. Warehouse fires, nonstop FUD, fire alarm in a courthouse. Really? We're not leaving. Jesus fucking Christ. Wonderful. It's a bit chilly in here today. This is what? Oh, days to cover is 9. Yeah, because there's no volume. Because there is no volume. None. Jesus Christ. All right. I don't trust that ice god person not to doctor these images. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this. Utilization not 100%. When did it change? Looks like 4 days ago. Went down to 91.14, and then it's 91.83 now. But shares on loan is 193 million. Okay. Shares on loan was 200 million here, and utilization was actually lower. So I'm going to say that that is bullshit. Utilization I don't see how it can actually mean anything. Because with fewer shares on loan, the utilization percentage is actually higher. So somebody figured that one out. I don't see how that makes any sense. I mean, in 4 days span, I cannot reconcile that. Well, he didn't do a closing update on that day. Closing bell. 196 million, 21.29. 193 million, 91.83. I don't know. You guys can figure that one out. I don't know. Looking spicy? Okay. This guy's a shill. Almost certainly. Okay. Well, a bit of a muted stream, I suppose. Last minute, late night thing. It's okay. So, beating the Hedgies, right? That's what the apes are doing.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Well.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock!
Mooted. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Mooted. Well, that's funny.
Roll another blunt, man.
Well, I'm going to go roll another blunt, man. So, see you guys in the garage. We'll probably do futures tomorrow, I guess. Market's open Monday, so. All right. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.